All right, so here we go. Let's make sure the volume's up. So she said what she thinks happened was when they went to the vendor shut them down. But, if you're not going to talk to me, and again, anything that she says is still subject as to whether the deep state was involved. Because that's how they bank. There's always just an average process, which there are average processes, and things do happen. But when they get involved, they're causing it to happen to appear to be just some sort of error. But meanwhile, you go back and forth with their people, and they're depleting you. There's no doubt the issue I had with the lock return was them, was the deep state and the debanking people working together. Well, again, they're working that depletion. Go to Google the 3 psychological, whatever it is, of the MVXIM or an XVIM. You don't have to get it right; it'll still come up, right, most likely. 3 psychological operations or something. It's something essentially that, or methods or something like that of the sex cult MVXIM. One of them's depletion, one of them's obedience. It kind of is a combination of depletion and obedience. But she says, they found out they couldn't get the part, I guess, or something is what she's thinking. And maybe that fits with the only way to, because I was hearing something in my mind, the only way, you'll get a whole nother one. And that was the only way to do it. Maybe they weren't willing to do it, Right. But that's okay. It goes back, and that's the deal with it. No, that's why you buy it from like a Home Depot or an Amazon. You let them deal with it. Right. But I can tell something's generating out of the Home Depot. Right. Don't know who it is. I can't tell you. I'm not going to spend my time trying to figure out who it is. Once upon a time I would, but not now. Well, I got them to expose themselves as being part of Santa Fe PD or a corrupt officer, one or the other, Right. So I got them to expose. Like, they were trying to punk me out, trying to show me, hey, Santa Fe PD's in on this. Right. But because the security dude, I busted him, and that he was part of it, right? And actually, they tried to make the girl out to be the bad person. She wasn't. She's just, I felt horrible for her. But again, that's why I don't go out and try to make these friends anymore, because I don't want the people to go through it again. And these people will pay in hell for what they did to her, me, and anyone else. Right? So what they do is they have, while I'm over at Home Depot, they have, I was doing a lot of projects. They have, Hindeman with a D. So they have, it's one of the roads around here. Where was I? I lost my track there. Trying to focus on driving right here. Not to a busy intersection. So they have the security guy who I had already busted. Let him know I busted online. So they make their next move and respond to what I said. And also around it was this fake security element. And at the time, I was trying to help Austin PD with the bomber. And I actually was able to put a message on about midnight. I don't know if they received it. It could have been blocked. Make sure you use body bunkers when you go in, for the kill for the bomber. And he detonated. So that was a good tip, for a psychic tip. So they ended up in the hospital. It's superficial, but still, they've been actually more professional. You all come busting out with a shield. Take a perimeter. The Spartans, surround them with shields. And actually, I didn't say anything much after it, but that should be an SOP of sorts, right, when dealing with that type of person. Well, everybody on the team should have a body bunker, right? And they come out and they form perimeter around the vehicle or whatever it is with body bunkers. If you encounter somebody that might have IEDs on them or something. Right. No, not lying. Everybody has their own individual body bunker, and you come up and you do a Spartan perimeter. Right. But where was I? So the cop, I'm over at Home Depot. I think I was loading my vehicle up in that Pro Zone, and or whatever they call that, and all of a sudden I see a Santa Fe PD police car pull up, and the security dude gets out. They were just smoking a split. It was designed to just intimidate me to drop it, but I wasn't. I dropped it when I dropped it, but I kept it going a little longer. Right? No, you can't let them punk you out like that. Right? They'll do it to everybody else. Like if you give them a little pain while they're doing it, they'll think twice next time. Not say they won't do it, but they'll be more cautious. All right. Easy money. That you don't give them easy money. Never give them easy money because it just makes the deep state bigger. Right?